There are so many things that I could tell you about Brett Lavender and how he's able, or how he has helped me. But I guess you would just have to say, in this situation, how has Brett helped you? Or in this situation, how has Brett helped you? Because I can't even count on both of my hands how many different ways this man has transformed my life. Just from speaking to people, walking around with my chin up and my chest out and with confidence, and just understanding the way people operate and function. Those are the types of things that Brett Lavender has helped me with, and till this day, I am very grateful and will forever be grateful for everything that he's done for me. Because of what Brett has taught me, and because I believe, because Brett also believes, and this is now the way I think, that there's a science to everything. And when you apply that science, the science that I learned from Brett, it's a matter of fact. It's a done deal. You know that you're going to accomplish what you need to accomplish if you apply that science that you learned from him. When I think of all the things that Brett has done for me and all the ways that I apply all the things that he has taught me, off of the mic, just knowing that I can walk around and be that bigger version of myself, whether I have a mic in my hand or not, is very, I'll say, comforting and very satisfying for me. There's nothing that I don't think I can do now, especially after all the things that Brett has taught me. People understand me more. I think a lot of people hate to be misunderstood, and with the things that you learn from Brett, it takes away all of the confusion when you're communicating with the person, and you're understood instead of misunderstood. You know, when you're speaking to somebody with the right tone, or you're speaking to somebody and your body language is saying to this person, oh, you guys are cool, like there's no drama here, there's no beef. Body language has a lot to do with it, tone has a lot to do with it. And again, these are all things that I've learned from Brett. Learning the things that I've learned from Brett has helped me to always strive to be a better version of myself. Whether that's through my appearance, whether that's through my hygiene, whether that's through the targets that I set for myself, my relationships, all of those things combined, I will say. Being with Brett has conditioned me to always work on myself, shoot for a higher goal, aim for a higher target, climb a higher mountain, whatever the case is. Just work on yourself. That's my mindset. He's helped to condition and mold my mind to think like not just a businessman, like a businessman who wants to make $1 million in 6 months. That's the way he helps to shape and mold a person who he takes under his wing. And I don't know too many people who would not want that type of mentor in their life, to be around somebody who will literally download and install the information that you need in your brain to be that much more successful than you already are. Brett is one of those individuals who not only lives the life of somebody who is successful and wants more, but he also teaches it to others. And that's what he has taught me. Like, no matter how far you get, no matter how far you go, no matter what skills you require, no matter how many tools you have in your tool belt, you can always fit a couple more tools on your tool belt, you know? And Brett will give you those tools that you need in your tool belt in order to conquer whatever it is that you want to conquer in life. If you feel like you're an individual who needs this kind of information or these kinds of techniques, Brett is the guy to go to. It's that simple. I don't even want to put a time frame on it, but just by having one conversation with the man, you can walk away with so much information, and the more you get to know him, the deeper it gets. So yeah, you can talk to him, you can have a conversation with him, and you can take away what you take away from the conversation. And believe me, you will be taking away a lot from the conversation, knowledge-wise. But if you work with him, if you get to know him, if he gets to know you, it goes a lot deeper, and you learn a lot more, and you start killing it quicker. you start succeeding a lot faster. You get a better understanding for not just life, but for human beings in general, how they operate, how they think, what makes them say certain things that they say, what makes them respond to the things that you say, the way they respond to the things that you say. But yes, you should work with Brett. Brett helps you to speak with intellect. He literally, he breaks you down in a good way until you're like, okay, I get it. Shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have said it this way, and I understand, I get it. There is no more fear. I have absolutely no fear now. I had a lot of fear, but I don't anymore. And a lot of that has to do with Brett and the things that he taught me. One conversation with this guy, your gears will start turning because of the shit that comes out of his mouth. Sorry for cursing. I curse a lot, I'm sorry. The things that come out of his mouth, like the sentences, the information, everything that comes out of his mouth is gold. I don't know if he knows that, but everything that comes out of his mouth is gold. And everything that comes out of his mouth, depending on what you need in your life at the time, you could get a takeaway from it. Takeaway meaning there's something in the conversation that he will say that you can take and apply it to your life, and it will add value to your life. So the first conversation I had with Brett, I was like, I like this dude. I just learned so much off of this conversation. I'm so happy that he wants me to come in and speak with him, because it was a phone conversation the first time we spoke. And his voice, I'm telling you, for those of you who do not know Brett, when you hear him speak, it's almost like Bruce Almighty, like the voice of God. And his voice is so soothing and so calm and so strong at the same time. I was like, you can teach me how to talk like that? He was like, yeah, I'm in, let's do it. It's a mindset, it really is a mindset. And he helps you to think the way you should be thinking as a businessman or entrepreneur, or just anyone who wants to earn money for themselves, legit money. I know there are a lot of people out there who are capable of helping individuals. Brett is a very, very entertaining individual. It doesn't matter how long he's speaking to you, whether it's 10 minutes, whether it's 20 minutes, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, whether you're sitting in a room with him for 4 hours, you never get bored. You're always entertained. And I think that is the one thing about Brett that sets him apart from everyone else in the world who could possibly be doing the same thing that he's doing. He's lived such a unique, rare life that only a man like him could teach the things that he's teaching the way that he's teaching it, because of his upbringing and because of how his last, I was about to put his age out there, but because of his life and the things that he has done and experienced, only a man like him could say the things that he says the way he says it and mean it the way he means it. I know a lot of people who are listening to all of these other keynote speakers and motivational speakers, they don't really know them, you know? But if you place yourself in a position to where you are either in a classroom with Brett Lavender or you have one-on-one time with Brett Lavender, he cares. He cares. And it may seem like all of these other motivational speakers care. They might, I don't know. I do know Brett cares, though, you know, and when you're dealing with someone who is giving you information and you know they're giving it to you because they care about you and they care about the outcome, it's like, yeah, I want this guy in my life. Like, I want to work with this guy, you know? He's not like any other motivational speaker. He's not like any other keynote speaker. He is Brett Lavender, and he is Brett Lavender because of his life, his upbringing. You know, not too many people know about his story, but it's a tough one. It's a very tough one. I mean, a lot of us have struggles, a lot of us have ups and downs, but he has had a very tough struggle, and you can hear it in his voice when he speaks to you, and you can hear it in the lessons that he gives you when he's, you know, teaching you lessons.